Hey, everybody. Welcome into Locked on Bama. Going to do a quick live podcast about Alabama and South Carolina.
You are Locked on Bama, your daily podcast on the Alabama Crimson Tide, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into Locked on Bama. Luke Robinson with the HSA Radio Network. That's me. Felt the need to go live after that abysmal performance after the first drive for Alabama. Just absolutely abysmal. Very scary. And as someone said, Luke is so upset he's doing a halftime show. I'm not super upset, and I want to be clear. I don't think anybody needs to give up on this coaching staff yet. Still love Kalen DeBoer. I'm fine with giving everybody their time to grow. But let's also say this. It is very fair to criticize game management, in-game adjustment right now, clock management, the whole deal. It's very fair to criticize all of that right this minute. How we aren't getting the ball to our best playmakers. And I guess some people will say, hey, look, part of that is we can't block anybody. That is kind of true. South Carolina is bringing a ton of folks. Well, there's got to be a way to counteract that. We've got to maybe throw some quicker passes, throw some slants. There's got to be a hot read that you have to know about. Whatever it is, we have to do it. And the question is going to become, can this offensive staff, can our quarterback, and can our receivers and do that? And can our offensive line hold up? By the way, it should be noted, this offensive line was just I don't know if nominated is the word, but just announced as one of the Joe Moore Award finalists, or not finalists, but one of the groupings. And frankly, they don't deserve it. I mean, Jalen Milroe might be the most elusive quarterback and strongest and fastest, I guess, quarterback in the country. And we've given up 4 sacks. Jimmy and I talked about it all week. South Carolina's pass rush is disgustingly good. And I'm not trying to take anything away from them. But let's also call a spade here, that Alabama drove down the field like hot knife through butter, then got the ball on the second possession. They had the roughing the punter penalty USC did. I thought that was the right call, sort of like a foul when you don't give somebody room to land, if you ask me. I didn't think the South Carolina guy gave our punter any room to land, and that's very dangerous when you're up in there like that as a punter. But then the miss to Ryan Williams, which would have been a touchdown, which Jalen Milroe is usually very accurate on. If that is complete, it's 14-0 early, and I think this game's in the books. Instead, we have a way of giving people life. We've given Georgia life. They come back. We certainly gave Vanderbilt life. I mean, more than life. I mean, we gave them a lot more than life. We gave them a victory. And then we allowed South Carolina to stay in this puppy. Damani Jackson's injury is potentially a problem. Although I wouldn't say the defensive backs since he's gone out have been really bad or anything. Yeah, they gave up the long 4th and 9. That looked like a busted coverage, obviously. But I think, no, we can't live with that, but I understand it given that Damani Jackson was out, right? I don't even know what else to say about some of these other issues. The penalties. We're still having penalties at really terrible times now. There's never a good time for a penalty, right? But after South Carolina scored and they kicked off, well, then what do? We have some kind of personal foul penalty on the kickoff. So instead of having the ball at the 25 with like a minute 45 left and an opportunity to go down and score, we get the ball in the 12 and a half. We attempt to pass it. Nobody blocks anybody, and there's a safety. That changed a lot. So lots and lots and lots to be very, very concerned about right now. And I don't know exactly what to say about that. But Jimmy and I will be back after the game is over. Jimmy, we'll give him time to get back from the game. I obviously didn't go to the game, but I'm going to give him time to get back from the game. But I wanted to go very quickly right now and just let you know that we're here. We're going to have a podcast. We want you to join us after the game. and we got to pick it up, man. Some things got to change, and I don't know what it is because frankly we started out very nice. And then from that point forward, it was all downhill. So appreciate you guys joining me for just a couple of minutes. I just wanted to vent more than anything else and let you guys know that Jimmy and I will be back after the game is over. So please come back and join us then. And until then, roll tide, everybody.